I don't.
Never.
Never take over dancing. I went up to Mr. Battle.
Sorry.
At an outdoor performance. I mean, Ailey said no to me over and over and over and over. I forgot about that.
I got pissed.
Well, it was more like, you call it killing your darlings, right? You're literally killing these beautiful things that are like, oh, this is such an amazing moment. And guess what? The audience never knew it existed. So we know that they're dying, but the audience doesn't know any better. And so that's kind of the relief I have, is almost like they didn't know all these little nuggets, but it's hard. It's hard. I wish we had a little more time. A 40-minute episode would be perfect, I think. Maybe. But PBS, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit that way. I pick up the phone and I start calling my friends. And the coolest part about what I get to do is, you meet one person who I know personally, or maybe I know of them, and they're like, you need to talk to X, Y, and Z. And then all of a sudden there's this massive web of love in each community. And it's amazing. And that's how it happens. It's like I start with one person and it just builds and builds and builds and builds. And sometimes we're like, we just don't have enough time in our 26-minute episode to include all these amazing people that you are introducing us to.
And I think the beauty and magic of Mickela and Mickela's brainchild is she's not just like, okay, I'm gonna host a show about this, right? Like, she lives and breathes dance, so she knows dancing, understands dancers. Her community is, 35 years old?
From the foundation of Broadway's community, I meet with the future of what dance and performance is. I head to the studios of the Gibney Company Community Center to meet with Jerron Herman, professional disabled dancer with cerebral palsy.
We got together today. I have some notes about it because there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
So in your setup for this, you talked about including diverse voices, folks that may be invisible, or rendered invisible, invisibilized by society, the dance world, etc. But I'm also taken by this notion of futurity, like the future, what we can do with dance, with our bodies, with our presence, how we can be more seen, more ourselves. And it also looks intersectional, right? So not only is Jerron this beautiful dancer, he is disabled, but also collaborative and innovative and intersectional. Like, all the pieces of him show up in his work, which is something that we can all practice. Like, as human beings, how can we show up as our full selves, not hide any part of it? Can you talk a bit about how you wanted to highlight that? Because you did it so well, but you could have just done it with words. It was visually integrative, it was emotional. The sound was supportive in a very, beautiful way. Can you all talk about the segment a bit more?
Yeah, Lena, you want to talk about how we set up the room with the mirrors, maybe? And then I'll talk about how that kind of blended itself into what happened naturally.
And before that, what you were reading your notes with the word authenticity kept on coming into my mind. I've never seen anything more authentic than him dancing with what he's got.
Great.
Okay, good. Good. This next one, it's fun. Okay, we put it in there. It's part of our little Caribbean episode, which I love. It's really fun, and you're gonna get to see me freak out, basically. Just like,
be ready.
Just like being happy and having the best time. It's a beautiful episode overall, and a very important episode, I think, especially with Caribbean culture, Black culture, celebration of joy, freedom, identity. But this particular segment is just really fun, and it was actually our day 2 of filming. So when we film our New York seasons, just to give you an idea, whenever we film internationally, we go to a destination, we film for 5 days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, get the footage, send it back home, we start editing, it's done. Season 5 and 6, we filmed all at the same time. The first part of this segment was day 2 of production, which was June 4th, maybe. The last half of that segment was production day 54, which was in August. Okay? So that whole season is not shot chronologically. Lina always loves to say, she's like, okay, this morning we're in Chinatown, later in the afternoon we're in Little Sri Lanka, and tonight we're gonna be in, I don't know, Little Mexico. Like, that's literally our day, our production day, is we're traveling the world, different segments, and then we also have to sit down during a lunch break when we get lunch and we're like, okay, so this segment that we're gonna shoot is in this part of the episode at this time, and this just happened, so we can get our brain into this mode of the storytelling, because it's all over the place.
And make sure that Mickela's hair length is the same.
We show the life to our fans. And for tonight's final event of the season, we decided to celebrate Carnival right here in the heart of Brooklyn.
We are celebrating freedom here tonight. Are we gonna get up and dance tonight?
Tonight's teaching artist leading our Caribbean dancing is Caritha Davis, founder and creator of Body Raw Movement.
Caritha, what does Carnival mean for you?
What it means to me is just complete freedom and ownership of who I am as a woman.
The bodies doing the thing
Yeah.
and passing on the history and all the aspects of culture. I'm looking at the time, it's like 7:45.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about feeling these rhythms and passing down legacy within families and through rhythms. We're gonna get the Gahfu American Heritage United Foundation United, to come on stage. And while we kind of switch over, does anyone have any questions for me or Lina? Oh yes, okay. Yeah, yes.
I wanted to know when and how you started.
At my rework, and if there's music on, like my body just can't not move. And my family recognized that I love music and I love dance, and they put me in dance school, and here we are. Tutto bene, all pepper. Thank you for that question. Anyone else? Yes. Oh, thank you.
And my question to you is, who is your target audience for the show? And second part to that is, you mentioned that a lot of footage gets lost.
At first, it was whoever would watch when I started the show. It was right. Whoever's attention span I could take. I started as a blog and then a YouTube series and then